Good morning, Britain. Nurses on strike again. Thousands of healthcare workers from more than 55 hospital trusts across England leave their posts for 48 hours.
Patients are not dying because nurses are striking. Nurses are striking because patients are dying.
It's at 8 o'clock this morning and expected to cause thousands of operations and appointments to be cancelled.
Well, the union says essential key services such as chemotherapy and intensive care will be staffed, but it's warning of bigger strikes to come 2 days more at the start of next month if a deal isn't done with the government.
Also this morning, reports that sacked Met Police officer David Carrick, who admitted dozens of sex attacks on women over 20 years while a serving police officer, could keep his £22,000 a year pension because he was off duty when he committed the crimes.
Just 24 hours after this bus overturned on the ice this morning, there are more snow and ice warnings in place across large areas of the country.
Sub-zero temperatures means an icy start for many of us, some snow showers in the forecast, and it remains cold. We'll have the full forecast in about 15 minutes.
And they say it's £1 million book deal, but is it right for former Prime Minister Boris Johnson to be topping up his MP salary already by cashing in on his ministerial memoirs?
And makes his choice tonight.
And it was a night of bombshells and confessions in the villa. The voice of Love Island, Ian Sterling, joins us this morning to reveal which couple he thinks are on the road to a genuine romance and how he rates his wife's replacement on the show.
Wednesday, 18th of January 2023, live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Susanna Reid and Ed Balls.
Good morning, Britain. It has just gone 6 o'clock. Welcome to the programme. I think people are going to be utterly shocked and disgusted this morning to find out that the man who we found out yesterday, David Carrick, had admitted 49 charges against 12 women. He was responsible for about 80 offences in total. He only got sacked yesterday afternoon, officially, after 20 years of offending, this Metropolitan Police officer. And now we discover he may be entitled to his pension of more than 20 grand a year because he committed his crimes while he was off duty. It beggars belief. How is he not automatically denied that pension?
Well, it's on the front of the Daily Mail this morning, the details of this story. I think Sadiq Khan, the London Mayor, has already said that he shouldn't be getting this pension. It'll be interesting to see. We've got Robert Jenrick, the Home Office Minister, coming on today, whether the government has the powers to do anything about this, because it'll be a legal fight about whether the rules of police pensions say that he must keep his pension because these things happened off duty, although he clearly brought the police force, the Met, into disrepute with his actions. And, you know, we'll see what his sentencing is when this comes to that point. But the expectation, he's not an old man. He will end up living on his pension. And £22,000 a year... Look, there's a bigger question, though, isn't there? How was this guy a police officer in the first place?
Absolutely. And as we spoke to the Metropolitan Police Commissioner, who has, frankly, a mountain to climb when it comes to rebuilding trust in the Met, yesterday morning at this desk, I asked him, as a woman, if God forbid, something happened to me, can you guarantee that I will not be reporting what happened to somebody who might be themselves under investigation as a sex offender? This is what he said.
I'm not going to make a promise that I can't stick to. I'm going to put in place ruthless systems to squeeze out those who shouldn't be with us. Most of our officers are fantastic. The people who specialise in this area are great and they have the skills. But do I have some officers who shouldn't be in the Met that I've got to identify and get rid of? Yes, I do, and I'm completely frank about that.
That caused a chill I'm sure, amongst any woman watching, thinking, hang on a moment, I might go into a police station and the person that I report to might be one of those hundreds of officers. I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting.
But it's a very important change, because I think, you know, the question is what was happening in the Met and in Met leadership over the last, not just 20 years, but, you know, the last 1 or 2 years when this guy, Carrick, was being accused of rape and then not suspended and reinstated into his job. And can the police leaders in the Met back then, the commissioners say, and the deputy commissioners say they were ignorant? Or did they just not take it seriously? Did they try and brush it under the carpet? I think the thing about Sir Mark Rowley is he's not brushing under the carpet. He's not trying to claim that it's overblown, it's just one case. He's saying this is a big systemic challenge for the Met. And, you know, if anybody can solve this, in my judgment, it's this guy.
Let's hope so.
But whether he can, and he's going to need one hell of a lot of support from the Home Office, from ministers, from the inspectors, from his leadership team, from officers across the Met. And, you know, it's a big, big cultural change. But if it's not done, as you say, how can people feel safe in London? How can they feel safe in, you know, all across the country? Because this is not only an issue for the Metropolitan Police.
Well, as you
nationwide.
say, in his support from the Home Office, and we have a Home Office Minister with us this morning, Robert Jenrick, so we will put all of those points to him. But also, of course, to ask about our main news this morning, because in just under 2 hours, thousands of nurses in England begin another 48-hour strike, and it comes amid warnings from NHS leaders that the health service will not be able to break out of the vicious cycle unless the government finds a way to end this damaging dispute.